Peace, everybody. How y'all doing? Let's say the prayer if you don't mind saying it with me. Thank you, great mother, for another day of waking up, seeing the light of day again. And thank you, great father, for another day of showing the sun. All right. I want to give thanks to all the several ancestral spirits of creation, all the archangels and angels, all the ancestors. I'm going to give thanks and praises to all of you. Please protect those that are striving for righteousness, to protect us from those that are unrighteous, that claim to be righteous, that are always attacking us on a daily basis. And I want to say thanks to you all once again, and please give us your guiding light and protection, and also keep an eye on those that are rising up and waking up into their awakening. Please protect them as well. Make sure that you're always by their side. Ashe. All right, so brother Tim, how you doing? Just me and you on here for right now, fam. Um, I just want to say I want to apologize. I've been supposed to have my children on here, Grand Rising. How you doing, Mother Shelley? I was supposed to had my children on here this past weekend. There's a lot of things I said I was going to do that I've been so busy calling up doing. So bear with me. I've been husband, dad, role, the whole. I gotta do that. I gotta do that. Husband and dad. I gotta do that. And I'm getting ready for my daughter's graduation next month. She's graduating to the sixth grade, so I've been asking her questions on what needs so I can go ahead and have them, so me and mom can get that stuff done. Um, Making arrangements, see if grandma and grandpa want to come and get her and her brother, so they can spend the day on her graduation and everything. So she's going to the sixth grade. She don't know how to take it because she's growing up. She's no longer a baby. I kept on trying to tell her, but she want me to still baby her up. She still want me to give her the daddy hugs and kisses and stuff, and the daddy dances. So I told her, give me some time. You know what I'm saying? So I told her that no problem, I do that. But I told her she need to let me know what is needed so me and everybody else can be ready for her graduation. Um, so it's a monumental um thing for me because I wasn't able to see my oldest child graduate the fifth grade going to the sixth grade. So this is my first time seeing that. So I'm just looking forward for that. And my youngest son, he had to talk to him about some things. Little boys, they kind of go the other way sometimes. But but I just want to apologize. I just been doing my daddy duties and getting things ready. Uh, Hey, brother Tim, I started putting money towards my rites of passage, dealing with one of the African ancient spiritual systems. I'm gonna put my email on here, brother Tim, and Mother Shelley already have my email, but I'm gonna put my email on here so you can email me anytime, and we can just talk off outside of YouTube. So you'll have that. Just keep in mind, just text me, just send me the email. I always answer my email. But anyway, I just want to apologize for that because I just been going through and doing so much. I'm learning how to take care of myself more when it come down to being having type 2 diabetes and stuff like that, and I take a lot of stuff that I need to. I go through a lot of stuff, and I also be working out. So I go back to my martial art classes after I come from my doctor's appointment. But I've been practicing the moves that I know from the kung fu and karate, so I can try to keep myself in shape. Uh, I do a lot of push-ups as much as I can, and jumping jacks, and I do a lot of running now. So one day I'm gonna be chiseled like Bruce Lee, when he was alive. But that's what I've been working on. So it's like I do so much. And also I have a business that I'm working on too. Mother Shelley knows, so that's why I say I want to apologize for everything. I've really been behind on some stuff. Um, but I was talking to my wife last night, but well, shoot, not even last night. We was up until like 5 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. Me and one of the older sons, we were just talking about things, One of the things that we talked about, this is what I want to talk to you about. Now, my wife, she was telling me that that is actually true about a lot of so-called African Americans are not really African Americans. They were actually indigenous over here. So she was talking to me about that last night or this morning, and she was like, a lot of so-called African American are not African American. They were actually indigenous, and they were actually what they consider Native American or the real Americans of this country. Now, my wife said this to me, and I was like, I played like I didn't know because I ain't gonna lie, us men we don't want to smoke when we are married and all of that. So we be like, okay, no problem, yeah, yeah, we're with you. So I was like doing that, like, yeah, you're right, baby, yeah, you're right. So she was like, yeah, a lot of African Americans are not really, they're not really African Americans. They are actually Americans and they are actually indigenous. And she was going into details, and she was like, what they don't tell you is that they've been keeping this secret from the so-called African Americans the whole entire time. And she was like, this don't make any sense. She like how the way they got it to the point where they got them thinking they from Africa. She was like, no. She like, I should know because she started breaking down her heritage and her lineage. And I was like, oh. So she was going in details about a whole lot. And I was like, damn. So one of the things she said is that um she spoke about the Mansa Musa. She talked about him. Now she's never heard me talk about Mansa Musa like that. So she started talking about him. Then she started talking about the civilized tribes a little bit, and she started educating me on it. And I was like, okay. And she was like, yeah. She like a lot of people don't know that they were already over here, and they gotta look back at their family name. She said a lot of so-called black people were not slaves either. She was like they were actually going up against the slavery that was here. And she said that not that many people from Africa came over here as slaves. So she was getting into details about that. When I tell you she was giving me the breakdown, I can't remember everything because this woman can talk when she can. She talked more than me. So I was like, maybe one day when the stalking die down, maybe one day when the stalking die down, because I still get stalked when the stalking die down, and because they stalking her phone too. When the stalking die down and she feels that she can communicate, then she'll come to the forefront when she's ready, and she probably can give you a little dialogue and start talking about everything that she knows. Um, I might have to talk her into it because she don't like showing her face too much because of the stalking incidents that's been going on. But I'm gonna try to talk her into it, even if she don't show her face. I'm gonna see if she can at least talk, if that makes any sense. Um, but she was going into details about everything, and she was pretty much like really disappointed that a lot of us are not doing our research and finding this stuff out, and that we're listening to these fake leaders. Um, and one of the things that she was real clear on is that we have to do our research. And my wife was the one that found out that the Empress of the Washita that passed away back in 2016, she was the one that found out that she's my relative, or she was my relative. She was the one that found that out, and she told me, she's like, baby, that is your relative. The Washita Empress Verdidas, she was like, that was your relative. She was like, that was your relative, and she was like, that was the royal bloodline that you have in your family. And I was like, really? She's like, I don't know how I came across it, but I'm telling you the truth. She is your relative. And she was like, I did the research with your two cousins that were Black Panthers, which was Sherwin Forte and Reggie Forte. She was like, I did the research. And she's like, somehow I stumbled across uh, Miss Vernadette, uh, Washington Gostin L. Bay. I think that's her last name. And she's like, I came across her. And she was like, this is your relative. And she was like, I've been telling you that's who it was. She also wrote a book, The Return of the Ancient Ones. And she started talking to me about that. She was like, that's your relative. And she was like, the Empress is related to you. Then, as I talked to my Grand Sheik at the Moorish Science Temple out here, Temple 13, Joe Bratton Bay, as the dean of the school and everything, um, he and I talked on the phone. And I said, sir, I told him about the Empress. He was like, yeah, I know about her. He said out his mouth, and I want y'all to really listen because I said this last time. He said that she was related to Prophet Nobutu Ali, and she had all the pictures and everything. He told her that she has to become a part of. I think he wanted her to be a part of the Moors that I'm a part of. But I think she was taking her time, and she wasn't moving at haste, put it like that. And he said, if you don't move and make a move right now, they're going to get you. And who did he mean by they? He was talking about the palm color people and other people. And since she didn't do it, it happened. They came after her. And what they don't tell you is that when she was alive, she owned the whole United States. She owned the whole entire corporate, or the whole United States, not the corporation, but the land. From what they said, from here to all the way to Canada. And what happened? They stripped her from that, and they just gave her Louisiana. That's why Louisiana had 13, I think, 13 cities, and they named after the indigenous tribes. So I found that out in a video that I saw yesterday. Um, and I found out my family's Creole as well. So the Haitian Creole and my wife said the Haitian Creole and the Louisiana Creole are different, but they all have a connection to Haiti. And how I know, because I spoke to my godmother who's Haitian, and she knew the story about the Haitian connection to Louisiana, the territory of Louisiana. Let's say it like that, because the territory of Louisiana, a lot of us were there, and a lot of us came from there, and they went, upward. You know what I'm saying? So knowing all of this and seeing all of this, now it shows the connection to Haiti. So a lot of us, a lot of our family members, more than likely migrated from Louisiana all the way up to the cities that we're at now, if that make any sense. A lot of us are Creole and didn't know it. Um, and a lot of us were transported to Haiti or IT to be enslaved by the French. So I just want to share that with you all. So that's what me and her was talking about last night, or this morning, or this rising. So um, that being said, it showed a lot, and it showed a lot, and it taught me a lot that she knows more than what she claimed that she know. And she be like just keeping stuff from me. So I'm like, okay, I'm not going to get back at her. I'm just going to let her do her. You feel what I'm saying? But that's what she told me. She was like, yeah, that's what's going on. She like, I just wanted you to know that. And she was like, yeah, like this is some stuff. It's like, I really wanted you to know. And she was like, so yeah. So my dad also told me that some of the tribes spoke Spanish because of the Spaniard invasion. Um, so everything is going back to how the way it was. And I want y'all to know that the empress, the empress that I was talking about, she was the one that implemented and started the whole Nasara Jasara, if that make any sense. Okay. So just let y'all know. All right. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to come back on here later because somebody's calling me that's important, and I gotta take this phone call, or I can just text them. I might just text them instead. Okay, because I don't want to hold. I don't want to, because it's very seldom that I see Brother Tim on here, because I don't want him to miss anything. You know what I'm saying? It's very seldom that Brother Tim come on here, and I don't want to just get off here and Brother Tim be on here. Mother Shelley, she always on here. But I just wanted to say that to y'all so y'all know what's up. But I wanted to apologize and let y'all know how much I appreciate you all, how much I love you all. And we have to do more research on our background as people of melanated skin. Because we are the copper colored people, and we need to realize who we are, what we are, where we come from, our origin, and all the above. Because if we don't find out, then who else is? We can't keep on going by what somebody else is telling us that don't look like us. Um, Many people keep on saying it over and over again, but we have to look into it. Look into the Washita, look into the Yamasee. The Washita and the Yamasee, look into them. The Yamasee is located in South Carolina. Please find information on the Yamasee. Please find information on the Yamasee if you can, so we can go ahead and get things moving. And I want y'all to know that I appreciate you all, because I gotta go ahead and take care of business. I hope to be on here a little bit later. Brother Tim, hopefully you be on here. Mother Shelley, I hope you be on here. But I have to take care of business right now, because that was a very important phone call. I love all of you. Take care. We're going to talk more. But this time, I really want to start sharing certain things dealing with the low eyes when I get a chance to. The low eye, the voodoo handbook. I recommend, if you really want to get into voodoo and the spirits are calling you, you have to get that voodoo handbook. Okay. Um, I love all of you. Peace, love, light, darkness, supreme balance to the universe. May the great mother, great father protect you and watch over you and yours and protect you from the unrighteous that claim to be righteous. Peace.